Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I'll be talking about how to make realistic shadings with a blue pen, and I'll be discussing about 4 basic shading techniques that you need to make your pen drawings more realistic. So if you are new to this channel, kindly consider subscribing and turn on the notification button so you'll be updated once I drop new videos. So let's get right into it. So the pen I'll be using for this tutorial is the Vista Dollar 0.7 mm pen. This pen costs less than $1, but you can use any pen. It doesn't matter what pen you are using, you can use any pen for your drawing. So and the paper I'll be using is just a very random paper, which is very smooth, but I will advise you to use a rough paper for your drawing because it is more easier to control your pressure on a rough paper than a smooth paper. So the rough paper I'll be recommending for you is you can use something like a watercolor paper, or if you are here in Nigeria, you can get a needle point paper. So this is the paper I use for my drawings. It is very good. Pressure is very good. You can control pressure, and it costs I think around 250 or 300 naira, which is also less than $1. So the first shading technique is arching or stroke shading. So this is created by making parallel strokes side by side. So when you are shading using arching, what you have to take notice, you have to do this only in one direction, in one motion. So you don't want to shade to and fro motion, and you want to shade with light pressure. That way it will be easy for you to build up your layers. So you don't want to go very dark at once, except you're shading a very dark part of your drawing, maybe the shadow. Or I advise you to shade using light pressure, because shading with a pen is very different from shading with a pencil. You can't correct your mistakes when you shade with a pencil. When you go very dark at once, and where you're shading is very light, so you won't be able to amend your mistake. So the second shading technique is cross hatching. So just like hatching, you have to create some parallel stroke first. So then you go in the other direction. You make parallel strokes from another angle too. So this is best used for blending your strokes, or for when you want to make very dark strokes and you don't want to go just too dark with arches, so you can use cross hatching to make to create that very dark strokes. What you have to notice, you don't have to make your lines visible to look realistic that way, so you have to use very light pressure. So you have to make sure you are controlling your pressure and build your layer strokes, and the aspect ratio has to be small. So what I mean by aspect ratio is that the space between your strokes has to be very tight, very close together. So the third technique is scribbling, or what I call circulating. So this is created by making circles that overlap each other. It can be circles or oval shapes that overlap each other. So just like I said, for the other shading techniques, your aspect ratio has to be very small. So as you make layers of scribbling, you make your aspect ratio to be smaller, so that way you'll be able to blend your strokes, and you don't have to make your lines invisible, which means you have to use very low pressure when doing this. This is best used for making for making the base layer of my drawing, because that way I'll be able to cover much ground faster. It's easier for me to build up that layer I first created using scribbling, and it's also used for creating black men's ear, afro ear. So the scribbling or circulating and use this for creating this type of ear with a pencil. So contouring is just like arching. The only difference is contouring, it goes in the direction of the shape you are drawing. Take for instance, if you want to draw an orange, it's contouring just have to shade in that direction of the oval shape. Or if you are drawing something like ear, like foreign people ear. So let's say type of ear, this type of ear, this drawing, I use contouring to shade this. So you just have to go in the direction of the ear and flick your strokes. We are using this contouring for ear. You have to flick your strokes so it looks more realistic. You have to shade with little pressure too, and build up your ears slowly. So you have to note this. For these shading techniques, you have to shade one direction only, especially arching. Use low pressure or build up your layer slowly and make your aspect ratio small, not too big. So rough paper type is for me the best paper. I would advise you use smooth paper. It's not that good for pen drawing.